You want to give Yo-Yo some love?
Who is Yo-Yo?
Yoenli Hernandez.
Oh.
First time I ever seen him. Shout out to Mike, our boy Mike. He training for Demetrius
My bad, Hafey.
Andrade. Oh, my bad, Hafey. My bad. Demetrius Andrade. First time I ever seen this kid. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
I heard
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Jay. Never seen. I was like, Kyron Davis. Okay, it's gonna be a tough challenge.
Solid guy.
Yeah,
solid.
Because I think one time Kyron should be one. They was pushing him to be one of those guys in sport of boxing.
I ain't afraid to say it. Ain't it crazy when you first glance at? Don't that look like me when you first?
Oh yeah, when I'm watching the fight, I thought he looked like you in the
How
fight.
does this dude look like me?
You thought about that too? The fight
He was in the corner. I'm looking at him like, that's wild. That's crazy.
Hey, when he was going to, I'm like, that reminded me of Sean when he was fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
I ain't afraid to say it.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, I definitely thought it was
like Yo-Yo, huh?
But yeah, I definitely like this guy at 160.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna make some noise at 160.
160. Back is ginormous.
Yeah.
You got the back of a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Definitely wants to come on the show.
Yoenli does?
Yes.
Nice.
So
How you know?
They came up to, I know Mike.
He's
you know
an
Mike?
Antt fan.
Oh, he came up to you afterwards?
Yeah, we just talked. Yeah.
I ain't seen him. I ain't
He's
get a
an
chance
Antt
to holler at him.
Yeah.
I bet you really want to come on the show because of Antt, Sean. I'm just telling you.
Probably. Hey, yo, Antt was like, we was leaving the restaurant last night, and Antt was like, man, there's still some fans out here. I was like, yeah, they just, I'm like getting ready to get into mode, and he says, Antt with 2 T's. I was like, oh, okay, cool, Antt, you go ahead,
But yeah, shout out to, speaking of that, my boy had a quote for the judges. So he told me yesterday. My boy,
Hold up, for which judges?
Yoenli?
No, this is for the plant.
No. Wait till we get to it.
Let me stop before I get in trouble.
So
no, because I'm gonna say it if you ain't gonna say it.
Okay, all right, stop. Yoenli. What we doing with him? He's contender.
So absolutely. I first heard of him because shout out to my man Constantino, Little Giant Boxing. He told me, yo, bro, you gotta, because Constantino's always in the gym with Canelo.
It's my guy.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. And he said, bro, Eddie Reynoso and Canelo said this is the best middleweight in the world. This is the fastest middleweight in the world. And I said, oh, okay, Tino, got you. Like, thank you for putting me on. This is what we do for each other sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Got to.
And so I watched him very intrigued get into the arena, and he's a huge middleweight. And I've never seen a Cuban this aggressive. Someone in the media room said, Morel. And I said, no, Morel's athletic. Morel can punch, but he moves around the ring. He's a boxer puncher. Ugas. I said, yeah, Ugas was stationary, for sure. He was a more aggressive than your normal Cuban. But he didn't have power like this guy. And this guy...
Ugas didn't really have the bag. He was a, again, 1 note, 2 note kind of guy. This guy... He got some pockets. He got some deep pockets.
Great uppercut.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah.
And Kyron Davis, the power, he had to brace for impact so much he couldn't get off. Every punch, he was feeling it. And shout out to Kyron for being always showing that heart and managing to get to the distance.
I didn't think he was gonna get it.
Well, to critique Yoenli a little bit is he couldn't quite sustain what he did in the first half. He might have got him out of there. Because there was a minute in about 3 or 4 rounds, like this thing's not going past 6, 7 rounds. And Cubans are known in the second half of the fight, sometimes fading a little bit. He didn't fade, but if he would have sustained, he might have got Kyron out of there. So you said, what should we do next with him? I talked to some people around the business, and I go, look, this is the guy to finally have Lara hand the belt over to. Right? They're both, and he's high up there with the WBA.
Yeah.
And someone close to it all is like, well, they're both our guys. We don't want to match them together.
What the fuck that means?
I'm like, Lara's 41. He's going to lose the belt to someone. Why not feed it to the younger Cuban fight, like the next up, and ride that horse? I think they should do that. But
great business move.
He's bigger than Carlos Adames, the WBC middleweight champ. I'm not convinced. We got to see more. I'm not convinced he could be Janibek. Janibek's crafty, and he does have power. Maybe not as much power as Hernandez, but he's trickier. And with that left hand, Adames is really good too, as we saw against Shiraz. But he's bigger than Adames, and this dude's a problem for anybody.
What I like about him is 160. Obviously, I would think one of the lower divisions that we really don't pay attention to in boxing. He's one of those guys that can bring that division up.
Yeah,
and I think, get behind him. Shout out to Lara. I don't know what you're doing, bro. It's time to get somebody a shot.
Yeah, give the next Cubano.
Get somebody a shot, man. Like, it's
So
crazy.
you talking about Cubano versus Cubano?
Yeah.
Ooh,
For all the Cubanos.
yeah. Have we seen that before?
Only Sean would know that.
Yeah.
Man.
On the major level?
Damn, that's crazy.
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Because
Diego Corrales was Colombian American, so no.
Yeah.
No. Because
Damn.
Casamayor and Corrales were
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They usually don't get to the same level at the same time.
They usually need to fight a Mexican to make some money.
Yeah.
You know, or someone with a name, you know, like